The Galactic Council had classified Earth as a Class 12 death world for good reason. Its high gravity, extreme weather patterns, and diverse biosphere of predators and pathogens made it uninhabitable by most intelligent species in the known universe. But the humans who evolved there called it home. Fleet Commander Trell of the Arcturian Dominion watched his elite scout team prepare for their mission. These warriors represented the finest soldiers his species had to offer, trained in multi-environment combat and equipped with the most advanced battlesuits available. Their mission was simple: assess the human settlement at the edge of the neutral zone and determine if these Death Worlders posed a threat to Arcturian expansion. Remember, Trell addressed his team. Humans evolved in conditions we consider impossible. Their physical capabilities exceed our own, but they lack our technology and unity. Do not engage unless absolutely necessary. The warriors nodded, their translucent skin shifting colors to signal understanding. Their species communicated as much through pigmentation as through words. The landing craft touched down in a heavily forested area 3 kilometers from the human settlement. According to intelligence, this was a small outpost, housing no more than 30 humans who were engaged in some form of resource extraction. Air composition with intolerance, reported Vax, the team's environmental specialist. Gravity at 1.3 times Arcturian standard. Temperature at 22 degrees. Proceed with caution, ordered Trell. The 5-member team moved through the forest with practiced precision. Despite their advanced training, they found the terrain challenging. The undergrowth was dense, the ground uneven, and small native creatures scurried away at their approach. "How do humans navigate this mess?" muttered Nix, the weapons specialist. 2 hours later, they reached the edge of a clearing. What they saw there made even the most hardened among them pause. The human settlement consisted of several structures that defied Arcturian understanding of safety and logic. The main building appeared to be made primarily of dead plant matter, processed into flat panels and assembled into a boxy configuration. Windows made of transparent material allowed visual access to the interior. Most shocking was the roof, which was covered in thin sheets of metal with minimal insulation properties. They live in that. Vax's skin turned a pale blue of disbelief. It would not withstand even a minor meteorological event. Scans indicate no energy shields, added Miri, the tech expert. No radiation protection beyond the physical barriers. No atmospheric regulators. Trell focused his optical enhancers on the structure. Continue scans. Look for subterranean components. After several minutes, Miri shook her head. Nothing. The structure sits directly on a foundation of hardened mineral paste. Some pipes for waste and water. That's all. The team watched as a human exited the building. The being wore minimal protective covering, just layers of plant and synthetic fibers. No environmental suit, no weapons visible. It carried some kind of tool and moved toward another structure that appeared to house machinery. "How are they not dead?" whispered Lorne, the combat specialist. "Our intelligence indicates temperatures on this planet can fluctuate by 50 degrees. There are atmospheric disturbances, radiation from their star, countless pathogens. Their bodies must be incredibly resilient," replied Trell. "Remember, they evolved here." "Commander." Vax's voice tightened as his skin shifted to orange alert. "Weather patterns are changing. I'm detecting a rapid drop in barometric pressure and increased wind velocity. Within minutes, dark clouds gathered above. The wind picked up substantially, bending the surrounding vegetation. Small droplets of water began falling from the sky, quickly becoming a torrential downpour. The Arcturians, despite their advanced battle suits, instinctively moved deeper under the tree cover. "We should return to the ship," suggested Nix. "These conditions could damage our equipment." "Wait," Trell held up a hand. "Look." The humans showed no sign of concern. More emerged from the main structure, some briefly glancing at the sky before continuing their activities. One human stood directly in the rainfall for several moments, seeming to enjoy the sensation. "Impossible," muttered Vax. "The water is falling at terminal velocity. The impact alone should cause tissue damage." Lightning flashed across the sky, followed by a thunderous boom that made the Arcturians flinch. Their suits' sensors flickered momentarily from the electromagnetic disturbance. That was an electrical discharge of over 1 million volts, Mary noted, her skin paling to white, and they're standing in a structure made of combustible material with metal on top. As if reading their thoughts, a human casually entered the main building, closing only a thin door behind them. They trust that structure to protect them. Trell realized aloud, what we consider temporary emergency shelter, they consider normal housing. If they can survive in that, Lauren's skin darkened to deep purple. Imagine what they could endure in actual combat conditions. Trell made a decision. We're leaving, now. The mission, Nix began. The mission is complete. Trell cut him off. We've gathered enough intelligence. These humans don't need our level of protection because they themselves are the apex predators of this death world. If they can thrive in these conditions with such minimal shelter, they are more dangerous than we anticipated. As the Arcturians retreated through the forest, the storm intensified. They struggled against the wind and water, their advanced technology barely compensating for conditions that humans weathered with nothing but walls of wood and metal. Back aboard their ship, Trell composed his report to High Command. Recommend immediate reclassification of humans from potential threat to extreme danger. Advise against any colonization attempts within 50 light-years of Earth space. These beings don't conquer harsh environments. They are born from them.